Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I'm Jack Higgins
and I'm Artie Higgins, and today we're here with an epic Blu-ray haul video.
Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And join us down below in the comment section to say which movie we talked about today is your personal favorite. And also, what are some movies that you picked up on Blu-ray recently? We'd love to hear anything that you have to say about this subject matter.
Yeah, so here at The Geek Gossip, we just love physical media, physical music, records, cassettes, CDs, physical movies, Blu-rays, DVDs, steelbooks. We love it all, and it's just super fun to collect this stuff. So we thought, we have enough to do another haul video. So here we are.
Yeah, so let's get into this. The first thing we grabbed was Kevin Smith's newest film, The 4:30 Movie. It's sort of like a comedy about like a bunch of kids who try to spend a whole day in a movie theater. I didn't come up with this. Someone else said it on Letterboxd, so credit to that guy. But he described it as Fabelmans with like the aesthetic of Superbad. Because it's kind of like about like the magic of cinema, magic of movie making, falling in love with that, and also like just teenagers doing dumb stuff. So what did you think of this movie, Artie?
I enjoyed it. I don't think it was like anywhere as good as the other Kevin Smith movie I saw, which was Clerks, but I still thought it was a fun movie, It had some really good directing, some great editing, so I thought all the technical aspects were great, and I thought it was just generally a good movie. I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd.
I thought it was funny. Like, I think the actors all do a great job bouncing off of each other. It's fun to watch. I think the characters were good. And there were some moments that I feel like it was really like driven home, like the messages of the movie.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it was a little underdeveloped.
It definitely was undercooked. Yeah.
Like as you like rushed into like the end of the second act, it kind of felt like you were just starting to like feel the vibe of the movie.
Yeah. By
the time everything starts going wrong. So I feel like with maybe like another draft or two on the screenplay, Kevin Smith could have made it like a little bit better. But still a great film. If you're a fan of Kevin Smith, there's like things to value of it, and I'm glad I saw it. I gave it 3.5 stars with a heart. So yeah, it's like a 7 out of 10, but it's my highest 7 out of 10 of the year.
All right, for my first thing, I got my first ever steelbook, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I actually watched this for the first time last night, and I gotta say, it is such an entertaining movie. This has awful reviews. Everyone gives it half a star, 1 star. No one has seen awful movies like I have. No one has subjected themselves to The Amazing Bulk.
You didn't subject yourself to The Amazing Bulk. I subjected you to The Amazing Bulk.
People who haven't seen truly awful movies give this low reviews. And honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a fun movie. Yes, there's awful acting. There's horribly written dialogue. There's little to no story, but it's fun. It's goofy. It's silly. It's everything you look for. I mean, it's a Winnie the Pooh slasher movie. What did you expect?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I gave this 3 stars. I just laughed the whole time. There was some really good emotional depth to Pooh's character. He is like this creature who is wronged by humanity. He is betrayed by Christopher Robin. And I don't know what Piglet's deal is. He's just twisted. But, like, seriously, I would recommend this movie if you just want to have a fun time watching some, like, so bad it's good horror flick.
And you got the second one, too, right?
Yep. On DVD, I got Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Gotta watch part 2. I got this because they're only streaming on Peacock, so DVD's the best way to watch it. I might pick up the steelbook later, but because of the cool slipcover, super psyched to check this one out. I heard it's way better than the first one, so that'll be cool.
All right, yeah, and then we got more Pooniverse movies coming next year.
Yeah.
So can we expect a Pooniverse ranking?
Oh, totally, yeah.
Artie the Geek Gossip Higgins?
Yeah,
all right.
I'll totally watch all of them, review them, and do a ranking once there's enough.
Changing it up a bit, we got a classic, The Big Lebowski, in like this cool sort of like special limited edition case thing. I think this was sort of like an anniversary or something, but anyway, like you open it up, it's really cool. It's like got like this book with like sort of like all this trivia and stuff on the movie, like all this sort of fun stuff, like cool pictures and everything. And then it just like got the Blu-ray, of course, and it just opens up like it's a book, which is really cool. But yeah, Big Lebowski, classic movie, personal favorite of our dad's. Genuinely one of the funniest films ever made. It's got great understanding of characters, great comedic performances, especially Walter, played by John Goodman. He's fantastic. Highly quotable. highly enjoyable. Can't wait to rewatch it.
All right, I got another Steelbook because I'm just into collecting these now, and I've been getting Blu-ray ones since you can get them for pretty cheap. It Chapter 1. I watched this for the first time this year and absolutely loved it. I thought it's a great movie. Honestly, might be the best performance I've seen from Finn Wolfhard. The overall cast is really great. I love the story. The 80s setting is awesome. Reminds me a lot of Stand By Me. I thought this movie was so good. No, I probably won't watch Chapter 2 because it sounds awful to me, but Chapter 1, that's a 4.5 out of 5 movie for me. Thought it would be really cool to own it on physical. And yeah, this is a really cool addition in the movie. Inside it's got Blu-ray and DVD discs. So yeah, that's really cool.
Changing it up even further, we've got Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Possibly the most 2016 movie ever made. Now,
Jack and Artie nostalgia movie right here.
Right. I'm not usually one to say, this movie was my childhood, man. Because it's like, I don't know, I still got, 2 years left before I'm a legal adult. So, I don't know. Movies I watch now could literally be my childhood, but Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Holy crap, man. I think we rented this from Redbox when one of us was sick. R.I.P. Redbox, by the way, and watched it a gazillion times.
Yep. In the 2 days that we had it, we watched it over and over again.
Yeah, and so I thoroughly enjoy this film. Still, I think the main character, Rafe, the way he draws and stuff, and the way that's incorporated into the movie's art style with his doodles coming to life and everything.
Well, and it's based off a book too, so I think that's elements from the book.
And then I think with the principal just being this total maniacal tyrant, just basically how every elementary schooler saw their principal. It's this and Captain Underpants are the movies that I saw in 2016, 2017, and I'm this is literally my life, So it resonated a lot with me back then. It resonates even more with me now because I'm able to look back and step outside of that. So yeah, I get this. It's not a perfect movie, but I just had to give it 5 stars.
Yeah, it's fine. I have it at 3.5. There's definitely some real cringe moments. It's fun. It's a fun movie. I mean, you gotta love the soundtrack.
Oh, of course.
It's truly a time capsule of the era.
All right, my next thing I got, this is very different one. Gonna throw you sort of a curveball here.
Really great one.
Robot Dreams. Where do we start?
First of all, watch this movie.
Yeah.
Not enough people know about this movie. This is a kind of a new release.
Yeah, well,
it's new in the U.S. this year.
It's a French and Spanish co-production. It was playing festivals last year. I think it released in Europe last year. So it was doing really successful at all these festivals. It got nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars last year, but didn't win because nobody saw it. And it just first it got widespread release in the U.S. over the summer, in theaters and stuff, but we weren't able to go because nowhere near us was screening it. And I wanted to watch it for so long because it looked cool, sounded cool, seemed interesting. And so when I saw it on Blu-ray, I just had to pick it up. And I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be as good as it was.
Oh yeah.
Just going to put this out there, top 5 movies of all time. Honestly, it's so good. So
no, it's in your 4 favorites.
Yeah, so top 4 favorite movies of all time. Yeah. So it basically, the deal with this movie, it's animated, it has no dialogue, so it's fully up to visual storytelling and sound design and stuff. And so there's this dog, and he's lonely, and so he gets this robot to be his friend, and they're out at the beach one time, they're swimming around and stuff, and the robot gets all rusty and he can't move, and the dog has to leave him there. So it's they have to spend a whole year apart, and it's them learning to cope with that. It's about being totally lonely, not being lonely anymore, and then losing that person that ended your loneliness and dealing with that. It's amazing. It's
really
heartfelt.
Cool
it's
art
funny.
Style too.
It's artistically brilliant. It will move you. Guillermo del Toro, he says it's awesome. It's fantastic movie.
It's all
check
show,
it out.
not tell.
All show, not tell. Yes, it reminded me of why I love movies in the first place.
Yeah, this is a movie in my top 10. This is a grail for me. Jaws on Steelbook, 45th anniversary FYE exclusive, I think. Really cool Steelbook. It's got some cool colors, bubbles and stuff. I think this is just a 10 out of 10 movie. My favorite Spielberg director credit. Not my favorite Spielberg movie, period. That would be Goonies, but that's just a producer credit. But this is my favorite Spielberg directed. It's just such a great classic story, such a cool small scale thing. And I just love this physical release of it. It is so cool. I like how the shark makes the A in the logo. It's a cool way to like utilize the classic poster, but then also do something new and different for the artwork. So I'm really glad I picked this up because this is just a total classic for me.
And speaking of classics, we got the Shrek 6 movie collection. So awesome. So, Shrek, I had only seen like 2 of these until this year, those being the first Shrek and the first Puss in Boots. And then this year I've seen Shrek 2 and Puss in Boots The Last Wish for the first time. Loved both of them. 5 out of 5 movies. And so I'm hopefully, you know, I'm excited to watch Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After now that I own them on Blu-ray. And yeah, this Shrek has changed the face of animation. You could argue that this is the most influential animated franchise of all time. Probably up there with Toy Story. But like, yeah, there's a 5th film coming. I'm excited. I'm going to watch it. And yeah, I'm just going to, you know, maybe sometime like have a bunch of buddies over and watch the entire 6-film Shrek saga.
That'd be great.
In a single night. That would be like, that would be peak.
I mean, yeah, they're only like 90 minutes a piece, so.
Yeah, you could definitely fit.
They don't, like, the run times don't get that long. And our last thing today, another awesome steelbook, probably my favorite one, Gremlins. I thought the art on this was so freaking cool. Gizmo is just the bomb, and I really love that, like, simplistic way of, like, utilizing the main focus of the movie on the poster. On the back, there's the Gremlins instructions. The spine, you know, the image continues. Inside, we got Billy and Gizmo. Definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies, you know?
Yeah, I'd concur.
And, you know, this is a good one to end off on because, you know, we're going into Christmas season and kind of talking about what Christmas movies we'll be rewatching this year.
Yeah, and that's probably the coolest thing we talked about today in terms of, like, the art on the case. Like, let's just admire that for a second.
Definitely a really cool, the coolest release of this movie I've seen, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's really cool.
So that's all we got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Real quick before we wrap up, you know, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, maybe hit that bell for notifications if you want to see when we put out new stuff. And then, like, you know, if you're a Blu-ray collector, what are some movies you picked up recently? You know, we love keeping in touch with all our Blu-ray friends, see what they've been watching lately. If you got any movie recommendations for us, we'd love to hear those. And what was your favorite movie that we talked about today? Because we talked about a lot.
Oh, really wide range.
Yeah. So that's going to have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, YouTube, I will see you on the flip side.
Rock on.